Yeah, but it is a very heavy time. There's Israel, Palestine. For me, that's been an issue, but it's not. There's Congo. There's a million things happening in the world that are very high stakes for a lot of people. And there's a poem by a woman, Martha Postlethwaite, that I just think says it so beautifully. A very short poem. It says this: "Do not try to save the whole world or do anything grandiose. Instead, create a clearing in the dense forest of your life and wait there patiently until the song that is your life falls into your own cupped hands and you recognize it and greet it. Only then will you know how to give yourself to this world so worthy of rescue." That poem is so brilliantly put together. Now, Martha may mean something different than I take from the poem, so there's that. But this would be my rendering of it. So first of all, do not try to save the whole world or do anything grandiose. That's what happens when you have no niche. I try to be everything to everybody. That's the activist group trying to save everyone and everything. It doesn't work. It burns you out. Just at the functional level, you're trying to be a nonprofit and raise money, and people want to know what's the money going towards. Everything. It's not credible, and it's not effective. Sadly, it's heartbreaking and it's not effective. And as a business, yeah, you're trying to, well, because the entrepreneur, there is a real, it's very easy to look at the entrepreneur and just say, well, that's capitalism and it's all terrible. But at the deeper level, the entrepreneur is seeing real problems in the world and wants to solve it, wants to make people's lives easier. And there is a kind of activism there of people shouldn't have to suffer with this, whatever it is. But if that entrepreneurial energy is not harnessed to a particular place and a particular time, if they're trying to save the whole world, it's or every problem, it's grandiose. It's just that's doomed. That's a doomed effort. So do not try to save the whole world or do anything grandiose. This is, I just did my mission and vision statement, and so I read a number of mission and vision statements in the lead up, and the number of them that said things like, "We are a world leader," or "We are dedicated to transforming this industry," and I just thought, well, good luck. I mean, maybe this is better than I am, but this grandiosity of vision, to me, just doesn't speak to me. So then the alternative she proposes: instead, create a clearing in the dense forest of your life and wait there patiently. So if you're going to figure out your work in the world, the first thing you got to admit is your life has become a very dense forest. It's not bad. There's just a lot happening. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of overgrowth. And humans are not meant, domesticated humans, we're not meant to live in the wild. We're not meant just to live right in nature. We're meant to live in culture. And most indigenous cultures have had to wrangle this relationship with the wild, where there's the wild out there, there's the world here of culture. And then between us, there's what's called the weld. And the weld is where a lot of the offerings are made and ceremonies are held in this space in between. And so it's saying, look, your life has become unmanageable. And so you've got to create a bit of a clearing, a bit of a space. Humans need a bit of space. And then you got to wait there patiently. Oh man, Wendell Berry has a line which is, "Being asked to be patient in a time of crisis is a terrible trial." And that is true. So there's just a waiting. And so from a business standpoint, this is, what is my niche? What is my work? And you can't figure that out in the hurly-burly of your life without carving some room aside. If you're just reacting all the time to everything and there's no room for any sort of insight or clarity to appear, nothing's going to happen. It's why in the meantime semester, okay, first you got 2 weeks, just tidy your physical environment, and then 2 weeks clear out your schedule and create more emotional space in your life. Because until that's there, there's not going to be room for anything new. And if you try to cram one more new thing in, the whole thing can shatter. And then this is the gold of it. Until the song that is your life falls into your own cupped hands and you recognize it and greet it. So this is where I go out on a limb a bit. And Martha might say, Tad, this is not what I meant. And I'd say, with all due respect, I think this is what it means. Which is, so the song that is your life falls into your own cupped hands and you recognize it and greet it. I say that your cupped hands are the song. They're not just holding the song, they are the song. That when you can look at your hands and you can see the lines and the creases on your hand that are unique to your hand and your fingers and nobody else's. And you can see that and realize that you are a never before seen being in this world. Never been anyone like you. There's never going to be anyone else like you. That the thing that falls into your hands is your attention, your soul is, you're seeing your hands maybe for the first time and realizing, I'm a never before seen creature that is an expression of this greater song of life. That I am the world singing to itself. And that when you see that, and you see that you're a unique, particular expression of this greater thing, that's when things can start to move. And then the ending, she says, only then will you know how to give yourself to this world so worthy of rescue. And the thing I want to underline here is she does not say, then you're going to learn how to rescue the world. What she says is, only then will you know how to give yourself to this world. And who's the self you're giving? Well, it's this song that you are. It's this unique expression of life that you are. That's what you're giving to the world. But until you know what that is that you're giving, you can't give it. There's some level of self-knowledge that we have to get to so that we're not trying to get people's approval and be everything to everybody. And so the poem is testifying to that we cannot rescue the world, but we can give ourselves to a world, and that world is worthy of rescue. We can't save it, though it deserves to be saved. So I'll end it then.